Hi, I'm Linda Caprara with the Maine State Chamber of Commerce, and today we have with us Representative Jack Ducharme, who is the lead Republican on the Appropriations Committee. And right now the Appropriations Committee is working through the supplemental budget. So right now they held public hearings last week, and now they're holding work sessions and doing report backs from some of the committees. So Representative Ducharme, when you're thinking about the supplemental budget, you know, obviously it's roughly about $100 million.
Correct.
And there's not a lot of provisions in there, but there's some. Can you kind of just touch a little bit on where your party is at on the budget itself?
Well, if you're talking about the biennial, I'm not going to talk about that.
Right.
But
Just a supplemental.
The supplemental, we've been working through the process, looking at the items that the governor has proposed, trying to understand what those things mean and how they're going to impact us going forward. Because everything that we do in the supplemental may have a consequence in the biennial. So we have to be careful of that. We understand that there's a shortfall in the Medicaid main care account.
Right.
We just met with DHS officials on that to try and get some understanding of how their numbers worked and so forth. Got some good information there.
There's one provision that we had actually testified neither for nor against on, and that had to do with the paid family medical leave and the premiums, the proposal that was in the supplemental budget to pay for premiums for higher ed. And where do you folks stand on that?
We're still kind of digesting that, understanding how that, you know, how those decisions were made to pay for those things. Obviously, you know, we're the Appropriations Committee, so they come to us for the money, but we want to understand at what level the decision was made to include those,
right.
Why it was made to include those, how does that square with the paid family leave rules. I've reached out to DOL to get some clarity on those things. So I would, at this particular point, I'm really not sure where we'd be on that.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For sharing with us a little bit, and
My
we'll be working with you. We'll be glad to work with you going forward on obviously the budget, supplemental, and the biennial. So thank you again, and that's it for now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Senator. Thank you for, kind of meeting with us. We just wanted to know, where everything stands. You folks are working through the supplemental budget right now. The committee is. You held public hearings last week.
Yes.
This week you're doing some work sessions. Where does everything stand, and kind of what are you seeing? How soon do you think this is going to wrap up? I mean, I know you have some, work sessions today and tomorrow and that sort of thing. Can you give us a little bit
Well, my goal is to have the supplemental wrapped up by the end of the week.
Okay.
And then once we're done, once we've finalized things down here in appropriations, there's work that needs to be done by the Office of Fiscal and Program Review, and then by the Revisor's Office, and then it will eventually get to
make its way to the floor.
Make its way to the floor. But we are starting our hearings on the biennial budget next Monday.
I saw that, yeah.
Yes.
So that's going to be over a couple weeks.
And we will have hearings through the end of February.
Okay.
And
wow.
then the policy committees will report back to us by mid-March, and we'll be on our way.
Okay. How are things going with the supplemental? With do you think it's going to be a bipartisan vote or?
Oh well, of course 2/3. I'm
2/3.
always working for 2/3, and bipartisan 2/3. We have some things in it that are real emergencies. Okay. There's a whole
the Medicaid.
Yes, almost $118 million hole in Medicaid, and if we can't get that filled soon, then providers throughout the state will have payments either cease or be reduced. That the payments will be reduced significantly. So that's critical that we get that done as quickly as possible and done in a 2/3 way, so that the money can go out right away.
Emergency, yeah. Okay. All right, well, thank you
You're
for
welcome.
kind of sharing a little insight on what's happening here in
Well, it's a
corporations.
pleasure, and I will look forward to seeing you
Oh,
as
yes.
you come and testify on
yes.
behalf of the chamber,
Yeah.
and you do a wonderful job.
Thank you.
So we will look forward to seeing you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course.